Hello, my name is Carrie from Peaceful Passive Income, and today we're going to be solving one of the problems that many people face when trying to create coloring pages using clip art here in Canva. And I have a collection of these cute little doggies here, and I'm going to be using them to show you what I mean by this problem. Sometimes if you are trying to organize your clip art into coloring book pages, you'll try to put one piece of clip art on top of each other, and sometimes it'll work out great, like these two cute little dogs here. But sometimes another dog will join the mix here, and this is what happens. It starts to look all messy, and you can see one dog through another dog. No good, no good. But today I'm going to show you 3 easy ways that you can solve this problem. One using only the free version of Canva, one using Canva Pro, and one that actually takes us outside of Canva, but once you learn it, it will be such an easy method. It's totally free as well, but it's such an easy method that you'll never go back to using either method 1 or method 2. But before we jump into those methods, I did want to show you a little bit about why this happens, why some clip art looks nice when you do put them on top of each other, and why some of them don't. If we did take this page here, and by the way, I got these clip art images just by searching for dog outline and then just finding some cute dogs that look like they belong in a family together. But if we change the background of this page to any old color, doesn't even matter, we can see that some of them actually are filled in with white, while the other ones are actually transparent images. And it's the transparent ones that are the problem, because if I have a white dog and I put it on top of another white dog, then everything is good, right? This dog is colored in, and so this dog's ear covers up the other dog's ear. But the transparent dog here, that's the one that causes the problem, because we can totally see through him to see the dogs that are in the background. So what we need to do is find a way to take this transparent dog and make him colored in, right? Color him in with white so that he's appropriate to use in a coloring book page. So method 1, I'm going to copy and paste our transparent dog onto this page here. Option 1 is to use the free version of Canva. And to do that, what we are going to do is just put our dog here on the page. And then I'm going to move myself off to the side here. We are going to go into the tools and work with our pen. One of the things that does help first, if we color the background, any old color, doesn't even matter again which color we're using, just as long as it's not white. And it does help as well if we zoom in a little bit here. So what we are going to use though is in this tools option, we can go to our pen. And by the way, this is using Canva free tools, and I will say this is the most tedious and the most annoying of these 3 methods that I'll show you. So take it for what it is. I, again, truly believe in method number 3. If you want to skip forward to that, feel free. But what we're going to use is this pen tool here. Use white as our color, so choose it from in here. If you need to, you can use this color picker and then just go all the way up to the corner there. And then we will we'll start by making our weight here as high as it will go. And honestly, it's not super big, right? This is not a very big tool. It's going to take a while for us to color in this dog, but that's what we're doing. We're just drawing over the dog and making sure that we don't go too far out of the lines, or make sure that we don't go at all out of the lines. So I'm being on the safe side here and not getting too super close to the sides. At least we do have a thick outline here, so I can go a little bit. I don't want to go a little bit too far there because I think we're getting into the danger zone. But later on, what I can do then, once I have this a little bit more cleaned up, then I can come back in and make this weight smaller, and then I can get these littler spots there. But again, I need to make sure that I am being careful not to go outside of the black line at all. I can cover up the black line, that's okay, but I just can't go outside of that black. And I can Control Z if I do make a mistake. But we're just going to keep painting this dog. I'm going to speed up this process until it's done here. All right, so I believe I've got it all. Maybe not that little bit, those little bit, those little bit. But now I think I have it all. Now that our dog is completely covered up, then all we need to do is go into a position here with our layers. This is all of the white blobs that we did to draw the dog. And then we'll just take the actual dog and move him all the way to the top. And then we can grab all of these layers. So hold down, or go to the top layer, hold down Shift, and then all the way down to the bottom. And then what we can do is group all of those layers together. And now we do have a dog. He is colored in. Life is good. But my gosh, that took a long time, and I would never want to do that again. That's just way too much work to create one clip art image. If you do have Canva Pro, the process is a little bit easier, but still kind of annoying. So what we can do there, it's going to seem a little bit counterintuitive, but trust me, it is a little faster than using the pen tool. What we're going to do here is go to Share, and then in these options here, there is an option to copy to clipboard, and we'll do that. And then what that is doing, we can add a new page in our document here and drop our dog in here. So that has just created actually a JPEG version of that dog. And so if we do check the background here, if I again change it to a different color, you'll see that, I mean, not only did it also capture the title of that slide here, but it also just, it's made everything white, right? Except for, of course, the outline of our entire slide here. But what we can do is we can, first of all, crop that out. We don't need that. But then we can go into background remover. The annoying thing about this is it's not actually just going to erase the background. It's going to reinterpret that dog, that white of the dog, as being part of the background. And so it's going to put that, take that out as well. So it looks like we're back where we started from. But the benefit here of doing it this way is that if we go into edit, we can go into background remover. And then with this one, we have a much bigger brush size, right? Before, our brush size was about this big in the pen tool, but now here we can get a brush size that is this big. And so that makes it a whole lot faster to go through this method. We just want to make sure that we don't use erase, we use restore. And then we're just going to click around here and restore part of this dog. Once this brush is, when the brush is super big, right, we need to be really careful. But we can make our brush size a little bit smaller now and then go a little bit closer to the edge. Maybe get in this tail a little bit. And then again, make our brush size smaller still and work with a little bit more precision. Still, honestly though, super annoying. Which is again, why I prefer the method that we're gonna talk about next. But I think you get the idea here. We can zoom in and make our brush size even smaller, and then we'll be able to restore even more of this image. If I accidentally mess up and I go outside of the lines a little bit, I'll just go to erase, and then I need to be careful to not erase the black. So that is the danger of this method, because if I am not careful, I'll erase the black outline as well. And so use this method with caution and make sure that you are just being careful not to go outside the lines. But we at least have our dog's face done at this point. And I think you get the picture of just color in the lines. We do the same thing with his body. And then if we X out of here, our dog is now mostly colored in at least, so mostly he's safe. We would just need to keep going the rest of the way to get this dog all the way done. But let me show you the preferred method. And that is, we will go outside of Canva for this method, but I promise it's going to be lickety split. It's going to be super fast, and it's also free. So I think, compared to the other two methods, this one is definitely your go-to. I'm going to erase this so that we just have our dog here. And then what we're going to want to do is go to Share and then Download. And we will download this, just this current page. You can download it as a PNG. You don't need to worry about doing transparent background. In fact, I wouldn't, because if you do transparent background, chances are it's going to erase the inside of the dog. So just leave it as it is. No transparent background or anything. And we'll call this dog image. Sounds good. And then we can go into the program we're going to be using here is called Photopea. It is, again, a free program. No need to create an account. No need to do anything. Just go to photopea.com and then we'll just drop in our dog. So here he is. Drop him in. And then it really is just like 2 clicks. What we're going to do is use our magic wand tool. We're going to make sure that this contiguous here is checked. And then we're going to click in the background, hit delete, and it's done. And so then we can just export this one as a PNG. You definitely do want to use PNG here because a PNG has a transparent background. We don't want to put white back here. We just want to have the white that's in the dog. We'll just save. And then we can head back to Canva here and put that new dog into our document. He's going to be here in our uploads. There he is. If we check our dog now, we can see, look, he's perfectly colored in with white, no transparent background. He's not going to cause problems. If we go back and put him in our original family of dogs, so I'm just copying him and pasting him here, you'll see that he no longer causes problems. Right? He's a cute little dog now who goes in front of his friends or behind his friends or no matter what, but he is no longer a problematic transparent dog. He's not like this one up here. He is a cute dog who's playing nicely with his friends. So hopefully you have found this to be useful in fixing a very common problem that people face when dealing with clip art images in Canva to try to use them to create coloring books. This will make your life a whole lot easier because you'll have a split-second way to be able to make these transparent coloring images actually usable in a coloring book page. If you're interested in learning more tips and tricks here for Canva and Photopea, how to create these kinds of digital products, definitely like and subscribe. And if you're interested in creating coloring books, I also do have a coloring book prompt guide that I will link to down below. But that's all there is for today. Have fun creating your coloring pages.